Are you struggling to get seen on Pinterest? Well, today I'm sharing 5 free ways to find the best Pinterest keywords so your pins get seen and your content gets the attention that it deserves. I'm Rebecca. I'm a CPA and a homeschooling mom helping women build remote income to create a peaceful, soft life outside of hustle culture. If you're new or need help with Pinterest keywords, designing pins, or setting up your account, check out the linked videos in the description for extra help. So today we're diving in on how to find Pinterest keywords that people actually search for without spending a dime. So the first way that we will look at is to use Pinterest's own search bar. It auto-populates keyword ideas in real time. Just start by typing in a related topic and watch as Pinterest instantly suggests the exact phrases that people are already searching for. These are free, high intent keywords that you can use right away. So I'm going to use an example of fall parties. So the first thing you're going to want to make sure is that you're at your home feed. So click up here at the top and click home feed. And then you're going to hit this little search bar here and then type in your word that you want to look at. So fall party. So here it's auto-populating all kinds of ideas related to fall parties. So we have fall party ideas, fall party food, fall party decor, and so on. So you can use all of these keywords in your descriptions, your titles, and all of that. And these are things that people are actually searching for, so you know that they will get your pins found. The second method is all about colorful search bubbles right under the search bar. So you're going to look at these words inside of the bubbles and use them as keyword ideas for your pins and boards. And this helps you discover long tail keywords that you may not have thought of. So let me show you an example. So back with fall party, this time I'm going to type in fall party and I'm going to hit enter. And then it's going to pull up these bubbles. These are the bubbles I was talking about underneath the search bar. So now you have other ideas. You can do fall party favors, food ideas, invitations, and all of these ideas that you can put on your pins and in the descriptions and all of that. So the third method is to check out the pins that show up after you search for a keyword. So after you search a term, scroll through the pins that appear and read the titles and descriptions on those pins, and you'll notice common words and phrases that perform well. And so you can just jot those down for your own pins. So back to the example of fall party, all of these pins show up when I search fall party. And so you could use these ideas and inspiration for your own pins. So this one is unique, fall birthday party ideas. So that's something, and this is at the top of the search results, so that means it's a popular pin. So this is something that you could maybe use in your own pins. There are fall party decor ideas. There's all kinds of ideas that you can use here. Fall party food. And then if you find one that interests you, you can click on it and then look at the description to see kind of some of the keywords that they may have used, and do that for a few of them. And like I said, you'll see some words, some keywords that all of these pins have in common that you can use as well. So the fourth way is to use Pinterest trends. So if you have a Pinterest business account, head over to Pinterest trends, and that website is trends.pinterest.com up here at the top, trends.pinterest.com. And this is a free tool that shows trending keywords over time. And this is especially helpful for seasonal content like fall party ideas. So you can use these keywords to make new blog posts or other content, or just update your current content using things that are trending. So here on Pinterest Trends, you'll see different interests that are trending. And here, for example, summer crock pot recipes. This says your audience searched for summer crock pot recipes 8.2 times more often than Pinterest users in the last 90 days. So that means that this is a pretty popular area with my niche, with my audience. So if I had any summer crock pot recipe posts that I wanted to do, that would be something good to do. And there are all kinds of ideas through here that you can use. But as you get towards the end, they're not as popular. Like this is 1.4 times versus the first one was 8 point something times. So you would definitely want to look at the ones towards the beginning there. And then if you keep scrolling down, this shows you different keywords, and then the weekly change, the monthly change, and the yearly change. So if you're going to want to look at any of these ideas, you would want to look at ones that have a big, weekly, monthly, or yearly change. So back to school outfits, the weekly change was only 10%, but the monthly change is 300%. So this is a seasonal idea that you may want to write about. And then you scroll down, and back to school nails. So the weekly change is 40%, which is really big. Monthly change is 500%, and yearly change is 50%. So this would be a good keyword to target. And then once you find one that you want to target, let's say back to school outfits, you can click on it, and it's going to show you how popular this was throughout the year. So the highest is 100, as you can see up here. And then the lowest is 0 down at the bottom. So heading in towards August, this was 74, which is pretty high as far as popularity on a scale of 0 to 100. So that might be something that you would want to write about, and you would want to make sure that you design your pin and pin it in plenty of time for it to, get posted to Pinterest, and let Pinterest be able to distribute it out in time for when it's going to be the most popular. And this little chart tells you when it's going to be the most popular. And then also under here, this gives you related keywords down here at the bottom. So related to that popular keyword that I already know is going to do well on Pinterest, it also has first day of school outfits, first day of school outfit, picture day outfit, school outfits, high school. So these are all keywords that you could use for Pinterest on your pins, description, titles to help your pins get seen. So Pinterest Trends is a really good tool to use. Another thing that you can do is type in something that you want to know if it's trending, if it's something good that you can use. So fall party, let's type that in. And then it brings up a whole bunch of other keyword ideas again, so you could use all of these keywords. And then I can also click on one, so I'll click on fall party. And then again, let me see, that gave an error, but let's try fall party. Let's try fall party ideas. Okay, so now this brings up a similar graph to the one I showed you before that shows the popularity throughout different times during the year on a scale of 0 to 100. So you can see that it's going to be really popular around October to have these pins out there on Pinterest. It's 61. So that's something that you would want to keep in mind as you go into October. So the next tool that you can use to get free keywords are Pinterest Trends. So this is Pinterest Trends, and you don't have to have a business account to be able to access this, but it gives you a sneak peek of what keywords and topics are likely to be popular over the next year so that you can plan your content ahead of the curve. So the website to get to here is pinterestpredicts.com. So that's pinterestpredicts.com. And here they have all of the different topics here at the side and through here, but I like to just look at, I go to the menu up here, and then I just like to look at the PDF because it's concise without all of those pictures that are a little bit distracting. So you just click on this PDF, and then it shows you by category the different areas that they predict that are going to be the most popular in 2025. So they put this out at the beginning of the year. So they put this out in the beginning of January or maybe towards the end of 2024 so that you know how to plan your content for the upcoming year. So you'll see that this beauty category, they have, it will be plus 35% popular. This one is plus 410% popular. So definitely if you have a beauty blog or any way you can incorporate that, this new wave makeup would be a good blog to explore because it's going to be very popular on Pinterest as far as what Pinterest thinks. And so then the same thing here, they have surreal stories. they have cherry coated, and they have all of these different topics underneath, mix and maximalist. So they have all different kinds of categories. This is tons of blog topics that you could use and do pins on, so that you know that your keywords are trending, they are going to be popular, and I've had really good success using different keywords off of Pinterest Predicts. So just as a bonus, this is not a free tool, but I've recently started using this tool here. It's called Pin Inspector, and it just makes keyword research a whole lot easier. So instead of having to go through and manually do all of those things that I just showed you, you can just type in a category, let's say fall party, and then hit generate, and then it automatically generates all of these keywords. So it's just a lot faster, but you definitely can do it the free ways that I showed you before. That's how I did it up until 2 months ago. I just recently paid for Pin Inspector, but if you are interested in doing this and streamlining your keyword research, this is a really handy tool, and I'll leave the link to this in the description below. So now that you've gathered all of your keywords, you're going to want to add those naturally into your pin titles, descriptions, text overlay, and also your alt text. So for example, I could put in easy fall recipes on my text overlay, in my description, and in on my title, and that's a clear, descriptive, keyword rich phrase that I can put that people would actually be searching for, that's going to help my pins get found. And also, don't forget that consistency is key. You need to pin regularly to get the best long-term results. And if you're first starting, you're not going to necessarily see results right away. It does take time. It could take up to 6 to 8 months, but just keep going and you will see results. So before you start pinning, you can grab my free checklist, 15 things to do before you start pinning. I'll link that in the description below. And also, if you want to grow your blog traffic faster, my Pinterest starter system has trackers, the ChatGPT prompts I use, and also the top beginner mistakes to avoid. I'm a homeschooling mom, and I created this system after growing my blog to 50,000 monthly sessions. So it's designed to help women save time, work smarter, and see results. So today we learned the 5 free ways to find Pinterest keywords. Those were using the search bar, using the search bubbles below the search bar, checking related pins, the Pinterest trends, and also using Pinterest Predicts. And then I also mentioned the Pin Inspector tool that I just recently started using if you want to speed up your research, and that link is in the description below. And just remember to include your keywords naturally in all aspects of your pins, so the titles, descriptions, text overlay, and the alt text. And pin regularly long-term for the best results. If this helped you, please like this video and subscribe for more Pinterest and remote income tips. And also check out the links below for my free guide and Pinterest starter system. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.